Hi everyone. So this is a follow-up to a previous video I made on public restrooms and homosexuality. So I'll start off by saying I'm not against gay people. If you're taking it that way, you're stupid as fuck. My uncle, may he rest in peace, was gay. He was a bottom, and my best friend of 23 years, straight from high school, I knew he was gay then. Um, It was confirmed when I was in the Marine Corps and I came home and visit. He's versatile, and he's my best friend. I just got off the phone with him because I wanted to, I ran some ideas by him because my uncle is deceased now, so I couldn't talk to him. Um, but this topic is really controversial in that in the MGTOW movement, men going their own way, it seemed to really focus on like separating themselves from women, or not taking shit from women, in other words. Just doing their own thing. If a woman happens to be there, great. If not, they're fine with it. We're fine with that. So, I noticed after years of going to different gyms, even though my body doesn't show that I've been working out, it's getting there. Um, One of the things that I encountered that never really bothered me until recently is like going to the rest, like after working out, some of the more famous, like the gyms that people call real, right? Um, there are quite a few of them. You know, Sometimes you go to take a shower, you're changing your clothes to either leave or to go train, and in outer peripheral you see a guy just stop doing what he's doing to stare at your ass and shit like that. And to be quite honest, back then I didn't think much of it. But recently I felt like I felt uncomfortable with it for some reason. For the first time in a long time. Well, first time ever that I felt uncomfortable with the whole idea. And it's probably because I'm fat. I'm slimming down. I lost a few pounds. I think it's more to do with that I'm fat, so I'm not comfortable with showing my body off yet. Once my body slimmed down and tightened up, I wouldn't give a damn who look at it, because I believe the ego will take praise from anybody, regardless of their sexuality, and regardless if I'm straight or not. But I am straight, and for the first time, I really felt uncomfortable about it, and I believe it's more to do with the fact that I'm not in shape like I used to be. But it's still a topic that I needed to bring up, because a lot of straight men, even though they're not homophobic at all, they say they feel completely uncomfortable with that sort of thing. I know there's something going on nowadays where there are men who identify as women who want to use the women's locker room and stuff like that to change and whatnot, and some women are getting uncomfortable with that, and there's some kind of thing going on with that. I believe they can use a woman's locker room. So I guess they have to go through all the legal steps to show that they identify as women, so they could present legal documentation stating that. Because if not, I think every straight guy, especially if you look like me with long hair, I could really, and if I shave, I start moving feminine, I can practice. I can probably go into the ladies' locker room for the wrong reasons. But that's really not my thing. So, but there are people out there like that. And some of my straight friends, and even some of my athletes who go to public gyms, to do additional work, they say, yeah, it's uncomfortable, but they feel like they're forced to endure the discomfort of it, because society, I guess it's okay for gay men to come into the locker room and lust after other men, and those men that don't really like that has to endure it. Um, no, from my personal experience, I've never had a gay guy, come up to me to try and pick me up in the locker room. Uh, but I've always noticed, and one of the things that I have noticed, and this is an extreme, is like there's a steam room in one of the locker rooms of a gym I used to go to, and I like the steam room because it helps clear the lungs and stuff, and with colds and stuff. Because back then I was eating crappy food, I was eating a lot of carbohydrates, and I noticed I would get sick, and from inflammation buildup. So I would use the steam room and the sauna. Not so much the sauna. I think the steam room works better. And I was walking up to it one day, and this dude was getting his dick sucked in the steam room. Yeah, he had the white towels, and the steam was there, so you could barely see, but you could see. I mean, any moron could see what was going on. They obviously stopped when I reached for the door and opened it up, and I acted like nothing. I ain't see nothing, and they kind of like sat down and whatnot. But the thing is, a man, a straight guy, shouldn't have to be susceptible to bullshit like that. And we where we have to tolerate that, because it's just not right. I'm not speaking. I mean, there are some classy gay guys out there. They won't do stuff like that in public, but for some reason, it's okay for gay. It's like me saying something against a Jew, and now I'm anti-Semitic. You know, because I don't like maybe how he dress. I say, oh man, you look like shit. I ain't like how you dress. And then, oh, you must be anti-Semitic because I'm Jewish. When my mother is an Orthodox Jew and my stepfather is Jewish, not as Orthodox as my mom. She converted, so she's a little more strict. But that's the thing, we're encountering a lot of this bullshit, and men going their own way are now forced to have to deal with gay men doing gay things in public, and we are supposed to accept it and not be offended or be uncomfortable with it. And if we say anything, it's like taboo to say, "Hey, I'm uncomfortable with this gay guy staring at me in the bathroom while I'm trying to take a shower or change my clothes." So I'm thinking with MGTOW, how I'm trying to figure out how would you, the MGTOW community, address a situation like that, not in a homophobic way, because there are a lot of people in our family that's gay. Some of them you know, some of them you don't know. So there's some of your family members who have friends that's gay. Some of them you know, and some of them you may not know. Some of your co-workers may be gay that you've been friends with or known for years. So in every aspect of life, there would be gay people, lesbians as included. So it's not about responding in a homophobic way or in a derogatory way. It would be nice to see some comments on a possible solution for something like that. And I think it's easier to say, like, set aside like a woman's locker room for just the women. You have a unisex type locker room for men that identify as women, and possibly gay guys. Then you have locker rooms for regular men, for straight men. But it's more likely than not the gay guys will come into the men's locker room so they can get their free live strip show on. And that's something that I have a problem with. And if they're coming in there and being classy and just, they're there to train, they're there to shower, they're there to change, they do that and leave, rather than, coming in there to check out another dude in a lustful way. I think it's inappropriate. It's uncomfortable. And most likely for someone like me, once my body is tight, I probably won't give a shit. I will say, I wouldn't care who admire my body. No, I won't go as far as like to sleep with nobody. I'm not gay. I can never be it. But I think then, I'll probably be more of an ego boost than anything else. That you have guys checking you out, you got girls checking you out. You know, I think that's just for me because I think that ego part of me is kind of like that, and it's a weakness, it's a strength. I really can't tell, but in general, a lot of straight men feel very uncomfortable being in a restroom, like a locker room with gay guys. That's checking them out. There's some gay guys that I know they're gay, and they ain't checking you out. You know, we would talk. We change your clothes or we do whatever. We just bullshit. They might be looking at you, obviously, but it's different than some of the creepy ones. And hopefully this is something that could be addressed. And I know the MGTOW community is going their own way when it comes to women, but this is something I think the MGTOW community should be also interested in as a topic. In my next video, I'll talk about a few gyms. I won't mention names, but I'll do a review on one particular gym. I mentioned it in a previous video as one of the best gyms. Even though it's not the most complete gym, it's one of the best gyms I've seen around. If you have any questions, ask in the comment section down below. Leave some comments on your own ideas about MGTOW and this idea about with the locker room with gay guys in the locker room. I know it's controversial, but let's have a civilized discussion. I will try and get my friend on and have him do some comments as well, because like I say, he's identifies as a versatile, meaning that he plays the bottom role where he plays the feminine role, he plays the top role where he's the ass pirate. He doesn't like that comment because I tease him about it, but he's been my best friend for so long that he calls me all kinds of shit when I start talking and messing with him. But he's my really good friend, and I love him dearly. So if you see this video, my homeboy, don't tell me go to hell. Y'all have a good day.